Hello my crafty friends, it's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I'm going to be putting in my signatures today for the little golden books that I've been doing. Now, I've been working on about 5 different golden books and I have a series out. So if you're interested in checking out the rest of these videos, if you haven't done so already, I'll have all the links down below. My next video will actually be my final flip through of all of my journals. I'm so excited to show them to you. I've been working kind of in this particular one in these videos, so I figured I'd just go with that and keep going. And yeah, so I'm really excited, and I will be showing you how I sew in the signatures, and then also how I create a button spine on the side cover. And this is also a video that I've learned from Gayle. Gayle is the YouTuber that I'm following for these tutorials, so if you're interested, I will make sure I leave a link to her channel and the video that she put her buttons on her spines in her videos as well. So I'll leave that link in the description box. Okay, so what do you need to put buttons on your spine and put in your signatures? Well, you need a cover, which I just did this cover, and I've put a video up, so the video link will be right here and then also in the description box. So I used this really pretty fabric with this holly leaves because I thought that it matched really well with the holly that's on the little mantle there, the mantelpiece. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I feel like it's really strong and still flexible and sturdy, so I'm really happy the way it turned out. I also put on the little hitch post, I think that's what people call them. It's a Tim Holtz thing where you just kind of screw it on. I still haven't found the elastic for it, so I'll have to get that and put that on there. So of course you'll need, that's what first thing you need your cover. The next thing you need is your signatures. So these signatures have been basically all of the signatures are done. I did do videos on how I created the signatures and kind of what papers are in here. And then I did also a couple of videos on some tags and things that I did. So if you're interested in checking out those videos, again, the whole list of all of the videos will be in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead and get these ones sewn in. And then you need a pokey tool, which is what I call it. It's an awl. I think that's what they call them. But I have this We Are Memory Keepers one that I bought at Tuesday morning, and it's basically just a pokey tool. So this is what you use to poke holes in the signatures and in the cover. You will need thread. I went ahead and I decided I wanted to use kind of like a Christmas twine. So I have this twine. I'm hoping it's going to fit through all of my buttonholes. I think it will. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm a little bit worried about the star or the little snowflake, but I think I got that. I think I'm good. And then I also have a needle, and I just use whatever needle I have handy. And then I pulled out some of my buttons here. I just have a kind of variety. A couple of cute little, one with a little elf on it and a sleigh. And then another one that says ho ho. I don't actually think this is a button. I think it's more of a charm, but I'm going to use it as a button. And then a little snowflake here, and then just some miscellaneous buttons that kind of have called different shapes and sizes. So yeah, I'm excited to go ahead and try this. I've never done this before, so you're kind of, I put signatures in books before. The last one I did for my fall journal, and I'll leave a link right here if you're interested in checking out this video. I did do a beaded spine on this one, and I love it. It sits in my shelf right here. I just love seeing all the beads. So I've done that before, so I'm pretty sure I can do this, especially since I watched Gayle's video like 5 times on how to do this. So I think I've got it down. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and try to get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically poke 3 holes. Actually, there's going to be 6 holes because there's 3 for each signature. And then that'll give me some room to get all these buttons on and stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and the first thing I wanted to, before I get the signatures on, this is just me and my process, is I just flip through the book one last time just to make sure everything is kind of where it's supposed to be. and it's the right side up. And it's kind of just my way of making sure, like this particular page right here, I did not want the poinsettias in front. I wanted the little girl and the grandfather putting the mail in there. I wanted that one to be front and center. So I'm going to flip that one around. And in this one, I wanted the Santa Claus to be the front. So again, I'm just going to flip through. Here's my fabric flip that I did on my channel. Just going to flip through and just make sure the pages are in order for the book. This music sheet, I want it to be down a little bit. So, and then I want this kind of in the middle. But I think I actually want the fold. No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top of this off so that it is a top loading pocket. So I want to do that before I sew it in the signature, because I have done that before where I did not cut it and it made it hard to cut. So now it is a top loading pocket, and then that one is in the right spot. This one is going the right way. I just love that page so much. And then this one is the next page. I'm going to go ahead and take out the tags and the paper clips just to make it a little easier. My vellum page. Oh, you know what? I just realized that I did not glue up the side pockets. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to glue up all of the side pockets. Then I'm going to take some of my clips here. What I'd like to do is I really like to make sure that the signature is really tight inside there. So I push the signature together at the inside, and then I kind of hold it down while I clip it, just to make sure that it's really nice and tight in there. And come along this side and do the same thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and poke holes in it. And I guess I should probably measure because I'm selling these. My own stuff that I do, I don't ever measure. I just eyeball it. But since I'm actually trying to get this sold, I will go ahead and measure. This black ruler thing that I'm using, I bought at the Dollar Tree. I know. I'd only buy everything I own at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so I want to do the 4 right in the middle. So 4 inches right smack dab in the middle. And then I want to take it just 1/4 of an inch up on both sides. And then I'm going to take my pokey tool here. Oops, that's not the pokey tool side. The pokey tool is on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to poke it in. And I know some people use books and stuff, but I like to actually see where it's coming out the other side, because sometimes it can come out crooked. So I just kind of eyeball it and then kind of course correct if it's going to be crooked. I don't like it when they're crooked. Okay. And then I just try to get it as far out as I can. You don't want to go too far because you don't want to make the hole too big, but you want it big enough where your needle's going to go through it. Okay, so then I'm going to do it on this side. And again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, making sure that it's coming out straight through that in that fold, right in the middle of the fold. And just poke it far enough in to get your needle through. And then on this side, oh, this side's a little tougher because it's got those pockets. So you're going through more pieces, but just kind of wiggle it back and forth. Don't force it, just go easy and just continue and you'll get through them all. Okay, so all of my holes are done in this book. So I'm going to do the same thing with this book. I'm going to go through it, make sure all of the pages are glued. I need to glue the pockets, make sure all the pages are in the right order, and then also see if there's any pages I would like inked up. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I got the holes made in both of the signatures, and now I need to put the holes in the book. So typically what I would do is like try to make a pattern or something, but I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try this and see if it works. So I'm just gonna grab some washi tape here. I'm gonna grab my ruler. And I'm actually going to put it across the 4 mark, because that's halfway, and across the 1/8 or 1/4 mark, which is where I put the holes for my signatures, and then across the 1/4 mark up here. Oops. And then I'm actually just going to draw a line. With my pen. And now it's a 2-inch spine, so I want to have equal distance between the signatures and the outer edge. So So 1 inch would be the middle. I'm going to scoot you down just a little bit so you can see. So 1 inch would be the middle. So I think I'm going to go 1/2 inch and then 1.5 inches. And that's where I'm going to put my line. Oh, I need a bigger piece of tape. I need a bigger piece of tape here. Okay. And then 1/4 of an inch here, lining it up. Okay, so basically you can see I've kind of made a cross section of where each of them would cross. And that's where I'm going to put my holes. So I'm just going to take my tool, put it right in the center of that hole. And just poke it through. I'm just going to go through and poke it on this side as well, just to make sure that it went all the way through. It's probably unnecessary, but makes it a little easier to see from this angle. Like I can't even really see where I poked it. There it is. Okay. So I've got the holes poked. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the washi tape. And then we are going to make sure that we have the first signature first. Okay, so I'm going to get my cord. And you always do 3. 1, 2, 3. I do like typically using a longer needle. I do think it helps. So I've kind of laid out the order that I want the buttons to be in. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. So I've got my first signature in here. I've made sure that everything is in the right order, that the top of the page is at the top of the book. It's all those little things you have to check when you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to weave the thread through the very middle hole. And what I typically like to do is I'd like to just clip the end to my clip, just to keep it secure so it's not going to come out the other side. And then weed it through the middle, or the first middle signature. Make sure you're doing it from the front cover. There it is. Okay. Now I've got my buttons in place. So these 3 will go on the bottom line and these 3 will go on the top line. And make sure my button's in the right way. I'm just going to weed it through diagonally. So I weeded it through this way. And take this button and do the same thing. And take this one and do the same thing. This one only has 2 holes, so. Kind of push them down a little bit, and then we'll make them tight when we get this on. So put the hole in the book. The hole in the book, and then the hole into the signature. Sure it's not knotted. Okay, and then you can see they're all kind of lined up, so you just want to make them kind of up against the book as tight as you can. And then when you go through this middle signature, you have to unclip it because you don't want to go through the thread. So you want to pull, sorry, let me, this is hard to film. Let me zoom you down, Eileen. So what I do is I pull the thread upwards and then put my needle pull my thread upwards, and then I put my needle on the bottom. Actually, I'm sorry. So I know some people actually go to this end next, but that's not how I do it. So I'm just going to do it the way I typically do it because this is how I do it. Okay, so I'm getting it through, poking it through. And then I'm going to poke it through again on this side. Again, making sure that I'm not going into that thread, because that just makes it harder to kind of pull when you're wanting to pull it taut and get it tightened. All right. Now I want this button next, and then this button. And the small one at the bottom. So just weed all your buttons through, making sure that you've got them in the right facing direction. And then stick this top beetle on the top. And I like to put it through the book itself first. Sorry, move you back up. I like to put it through the book cover itself first and just go all the way with it, moving the buttons down as you go along. Making sure it's all going to fit. You might have to adjust. This one's probably going to be weird because it's one of those hooks, but I might be able to glue it. Okay. And then I'm going to put it through the hole of the book, or the signature. This one's the hard one because it's got all those pockets. Come on. Come on. Work with me. Wow, it really does not want to go through. I'm going to have to make the hole bigger. Hold on. All right, let's try it again. There we go. There we go. Got it. I had to just make the hole a little bigger because those pockets are just, there's so many pockets. So many pockets. All right, so now I've got to pull everything tight. You can, I'm going to pull everything tight, but I want to make sure that my buttons are in the right spots. I don't know if this one's going to work. I don't know if that button's going to work. I'm going to probably want to add a little bit of glue to that. All right, so then what I do to close it off is I'm going to weed my needle through that signature. This one should be on this side so that I have one on one side and one on the other side. Pull everything as tight as possible, and then tie a couple knots. All right, so there is the first button spine that I've ever created. And I love it. I think this one's going to be okay. I kind of like that it's moving around. I'm not sure. We'll have to just see how it looks after I get the other one on. So then I'm going to get this one on. This one's the same type of button, so I guess we'll see. If I don't like it, I can always just redo it. So again, we're going to just do this one more time. We're going to get the 1, 2, 3, and then I always cut a little bit extra. And then I'm going to thread this needle. I'm going to have to do it off camera because I can't do it while it's in the camera angle because it's not close enough to my face. All right, so once again, we're going to make sure that it's in the right order, making sure that the top is on the top and the back is in the back and everything's in the right order. Okay, I'm going to put this needle through the center. Binder clip it up on the top here. Just until I get that first initial thing through, so I don't have to worry about it coming out. Okay, put it through the book. Okay, and then I'm going to go up, so I'm going to put, which order did I have it in? I think I had it like, I think I want this one at the top. So maybe I want that one at the bottom. I think I'll do it like that. Okay, so this one goes through and then through the top. Oops, that's not right. I have other buttons I wanted to put on there. Hold on. Unweed it through without going through the thread. Yeah. Oops. Really? I can't see that. Okay. Okay, so, whoops. Okay. So then put this one on. don't think this one's going to work because I think it's going to go sideways. Yep, that one's going to go sideways. So that one's not going to work because the thing isn't up and down like this one was. It's sideways, so that's not going to work. I'm going to have to get a different button. Do candy cane. Let's do the candy cane. Okay, and then put this through the hole now. And through this hole in the book. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to take this off. All right. We're doing it, people. All right. I think those... I think that looks good. Not sure about that candy cane though. Okay, so then we're going to again pull this one to the side and pull it through. And through the book. All right, and then we're going to do this one. Not sure how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to have to put that one at the bottom. Nothing. Okay, so got that one stringed through, and then this one, I think I'm gonna have to put that one at the end, or I might not even be able to use it because it only has one hole. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Let's see. I could weed it through here. What's that gonna look like? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's just take that off. Nope. Oh, got it. I think I'll just make it a little uneven and only put 5 on this side. Okay. Through. Okay. And then get it through this one. This one is always the hardest because it's got all of those folded pieces to it. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's get it through again. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I've got to play the pull the string game. Get it all. Because I don't have enough string on this side. Okay, make sure everything is in there good. I'm going to try to make this a little tighter on this side. Okay. And then I want this one on this side and this on this side. Everything is where it's supposed to be. All right. We are going to tie some knots. Perfect. The book is in. Let's see if I can take this apart now. Spine for my little golden books. I'll be doing this for every one of them. Every one of them has their own buttons and things like that. So when I do the final through next, I will show you everything, including the closures. I'll try to figure that out. Try to find some rubber band or something to close these with. And yeah, so guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the series. So if you are interested in actually purchasing these, then you can, and you would like to reserve a listing, go ahead and let me know which book you want by contacting me through my Etsy contact page. All right, I'll see you again. Bye for now.